I'm Paul Maniac.
And I'm Steve Eason.
Okay, and now. That's it. Hello, and welcome to Film College News.
And today's top stories are
Local wildlife helps us understand what goal setting is and how it sets its new sights on new beginnings.
new methods of teaching swimming are unveiled in Bristol.
And finally, we have an exclusive showing of the Oracle's new song, Technical Instruction.
That'll be very good, will it not?
I agree.
Okay, now for our first story. Bruce Dundee and Jean-Claude Pierre Garçon Baptiste Luc Thierry Henry are with the region's animals today, and they're going to help us understand what goal setting is.
Let's take a look.
Good day, I'm Paul Romaniak,
And I am Stephen Eason.
and this is Animals Do the Sportiest Things. Welcome, and today we're talking about goal setting. What is goal setting, Steve?
Goal setting is where an animal has a certain, or a person has something to try and reach within a certain amount of time. And they have to reach this to gain the goal setting.
So goal setting can be used by injured athletes that are trying to get back up to full strength for their sport.
For example, if a player has broken his leg and he's in a lot of pain, he will not be able to run for a very long time. So he will sit down with his physio and he will decide when he can walk, when he can run, and when he can get back to his sport.
For an example, in the animal kingdom, the emperor penguin, Bonza, what an animal. This little guy gets all his fat stores ready for the migration in the winter so he can walk where he needs to go, have the fat stores. He can tell by the sun and the moon about where he's got. So he's got this bit of fat to get to one place by a certain time, and he knows how he's going.
One thing is for certain, you will never ever see a penguin in this area. The advantages of goal setting are: it is very good for an injured player to be able to know when he can do certain things. For example, if a player is injured and he does not know when he can throw a ball or high five his best friend, with goal setting he will be able to do this. It is very good for his mentality when he reaches his goals, and it's also good for him to know when he can reach his sport again.
Disadvantages can be terrible. If you can't reach your spot where you got to get to your goal, that can be detrimental to your mind. That can make you never want to play the sport again.
Never again.
And if I can't high five my best friend, I think that'll be terrible.
Terrible.
Bonza. Bonza. Yeah.
Come on.
Well, today's been pretty rubbish for spotting animals.
We haven't seen any animals here today. It is disgraceful.
It's not been very good. Our program's probably gonna get cancelled. You know, we're gonna have to just rethink our life. We haven't seen anything all day.
Penguin! Penguin!
Oh, that was good, wasn't it? Oh, yes, it was. So, Paul, goal setting is clearly very effective when an athlete wants to reach a certain goal or maybe even a target within a certain amount of time.
But however, Steve, it can be detrimental to the athlete's mentality. If the goals aren't reached within the required time, it will be. Overall, it is very effective and one of the best ways for an athlete to progress. My mother-in-law always says that I'm detrimental to my wife, but what does she know? She's got 4 fingers. Get 4 fingers?
Yes, anyway, so the modelling method of teaching helps children learn how to swim. And it's also been proven to help children learn new skills better than any other method out there today.
So here it is. We have Coach Alex Seaman with the Great Modelling Showcase.
Today we're talking about modelling. Modelling is showing how to do a technique without much vocabulary, so it's easier. It's showing someone how to do the skill so they can see it from a visual representation. Isn't that right, Timmy? You're not much of a swimmer, are you? I can't swim. I can't swim. Okay, Timmy, swim to me, mate. Come on, Timmy. Come on. Right. So I'm now going to show Timmy how to actually swim with a visual representation. So, Timmy, I'm now going to represent the way how to swim properly, okay? So try and copy me as best you can, alright? Yeah. So, arm puts through, and the other arm puts through after. That was good. Thank you. Good. Okay, so Timmy, here we go. Good, Timmy. Right there. Oh, good, mate. Okay, so because of modelling, I've successfully shown Timmy how to swim using hardly any speech. And that's easy for kids because they're not as smart, they don't know the techniques, which is good. And I'm good with kids. Aren't I, Timmy? Timmy?
Oh, we are. I think kids being shown how to do things by adults in a physical way is great. A hands-on technique is what I always use with my friends' kids.
Well, modelling has proven to improve the child's adaptation to sport and techniques, and is more popular coaching methods with this age group.
But the bad thing is that if the coach shows a skill incorrectly, the student will do this skill wrong in the future. This is not good. And the main technical points also, when you do this, are not highlighted.
Meanwhile, a more technical way of coaching is used with older, experienced athletes, which brings us to our next section.
Oh, look at you. So, new up-and-coming musical group, The Oracles, who are tipped to dominate the music charts and future Christmas #1s, have given us
Is that your phone?
No.
Hello? Yeah, I'm on air. I'm on air. Okay? Just put it in the microwave. Okay. I love you too, Mum.
Yeah, that's sweet. Try to be professional.
It's my mum.
Anyway, The Oracles, who are tipped to have top 10 at least in the music charts and future #1s for Christmas. Wow, these are going to be good ones, aren't they?
I've heard.
Okay, they've given us an exclusive of their viewing of their new song. It's called Technical Instruction, guys.
Oracles have expressed a deep interest in helping thick people be able to lift properly in the gym due to a rise in back injuries.
You know, I don't think we can say thick about the public. And it's not,
I was just reading off the teleprompter.
yeah. We're going to have a look at the video now. Enjoy.
hungry!
It's the Oracle technical instruction
Technical instruction.
for the draw.
Ho, 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 ho,
Yeah.
ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, here we go again, sorry for the interruption.
Back on the mic is the technical instruction.
Taking the time is further to get a distinction.
Teach you how to lift for muscle increase.
Technical instruction is the best way of teaching.
Using technical points, yeah, that's what we are preaching.
So listen up if you want some technical points.
Listen up, cause you don't wanna mess up your joints.
If you need some coaching, then I'll tell you the truth.
What?
I'll show you the technique and then that will be the proof.
Okay.
If you don't do things right, it will feed it to you.
Ah.
Technical instruction shows you how to follow through. You gotta bend your knees, keep your back straight. Technically instructed so you're not left in a state. Yeah, and you didn't want to be left in the state. Make some noise if you in there. Make some noise if you in there. Some guys lifting weights, but in the wrong way. We show 'em how to do it with a technical display.
Sink your bum low, not all the way to the floor. Lift up your chest, the method is the best. Tense up your core to have a strong base. Lower down the weight, I see the strain on your face. Pull back your shoulder blades and push through your heels. Cause if you do it wrong, you'll end up in a chair with wheels.
You gotta bend your knees, keep your back straight. Technically instructed so you're not left in the state. Yeah, and you don't want to be left in the state. Make some noise if you in there. Technical instruction. Make some noise if you in there. So, what do you think about technical instruction?
Well, it's a really dark time in my life, and if it wasn't for technical instruction, I'd probably be in jail or dead.
Oh no, technical instruction. Oh no. The advantages of technical instruction.
Shows correct points so the body keeps the function.
An athlete needs to know the core of the skill.
A pro could still do it wrong, you never know until.
Disadvantages easy enough, like to see.
Can't use big words when teaching a kiddie.
Technical instruction can be hard to follow,
Especially if you are kind of slow.
Make some noise if you in there. Make some noise if you in there. Make some noise if you in there. Make some noise if you in there.
Well, that is the most amazing song I have ever heard in my life. Woohoo! Yes!
Such genius. I don't know where they get it. Such handsome boys as well.
I agree. So, technical instruction highlights in depth the parts of a skill that are very important for a professional athlete to maximise his quality to the best.
And children won't understand technical words, and just because they're too big for them to understand.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed the show.
We've been Paul and Steve, you've been Tom James, and we've been the oracles
Of
of
information.
your information.
Information.
Good night,
Good night.
and stay
Sporty. Do good.
Um,